Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Canyons. I have temporarily come out of fan car retirement to drive a very special vehicle today. A dude named Ravi, who is the owner of CSF Radiators here in California. They make regular radiators and high-performance radiators for cars like this. He has brought me his 996 Porsche RTurbo. Now, this car's had a very interesting story because with the RTurbo, this is a roof car. Some were built on those special roof VIN numbers from originally from Roof from New. This car was originally delivered as a regular 996 Turbo and then converted a couple years later using enough roof parts that Roof themselves, Alloy Roof, approved it to be called an RTurbo. So it has a mixture of roof and non-roof parts, but it's enough that Roof agreed to call it the RTurbo, give them the badge, the whole deal. So we're gonna have a little go and see how it is. All right. Now, the first thing I notice is because Ravi has put a cage in here, the seats don't go very far back anymore, and so I actually don't fit. If you're you got to really consider your Porsche cages and your where you need to have your seats. I have in the past expressed my relative unhappiness with the 996. It's not that it's a bad car. It's not that it's a bad Porsche. It's just my least favorite Porsche. And I'm hoping that the RTurbo will improve that. The RTurbo was available in 3 different flavors: 515, 550, and 590 horsepower. This one is the 515, so it's the, quote, slowest RTurbo, although remember, the regular Porsche Turbo was 415 horsepower, and so the wheel is telescoped. And so we're still talking about 100 over. It also uses the GT2's differentials. This one has motons on it because he goes to the track a lot. It's still all-wheel drive, although it was available in rear-wheel drive only. Roof likes to use OEM Porsche components whenever possible, so a lot of these components came from the GT2. This one has K24 turbos. The stock was K20. Big brakes. Feels nice. Rock. Steering is pretty well weighted. It's got nice balance. Revs out to 7K. Brake pedal feels good and tight. Little tire squeal there. Yeah, it's got a good turbo shove. But this isn't what Roof does, right? This twisting down a canyon road is not the Roof specialty. The Roof specialty is to be a missile. And so we're gonna go back out. Let's see the turning radius. Not great. It's got a very light clutch. I'm impressed with the clutch. That's light. The thickness of this motorsport steering wheel is great. Although I'm so close to the wheel, it's a little hard to move my feet. This is definitely the nicest 996 I've driven in a long time. The shifter throw is a little on the longer side compared to what I find ideal. Maybe that's just because of how I'm sitting though, and it's a little close to my leg. The ride is really good. It's firm, and I can tell the ride height's been lowered, but it's not abusive. I wouldn't mind going on a road trip in this, assuming of course the seats fit. Forgive my shuffle steering here. It's not what I normally do. I just can't quite get a full range of motion with this wheel. I like the brakes. Yeah, the brakes are good. They got a great bite. This is fun. feels a little heavy. Of course, I drove up here in a Lotus, so that's kind of how that would go. So now we're going to the more open section. Let's see what the power's like. These roof cars have real long legs. These are Autobahn machines. There's that power. Third gear's a beast. Third gear's got some pulse. It's nice. A lot of fun. It's so funny. What used to be considered absurd power, you know, 13, 14 years ago, when this car was brand new, this power level would be obscene. I mean, you're talking about a 210 mile an hour 996, really, and now it's like it feels you know, fast but manageable. It's a good time. All right, it gets a little more rattly when the road gets bumpy. This part of the road here has some more seams in it and more bumps. It really helps you sort out the chassis. The whole thing feels quite rigid. I think the roll cage has a lot to do with that. Third and fourth gear are really, really big power. And it's even better, I think, if you short shift a little bit at around 6, then you can really, stay in the meat of it, you know? Like, it's got enough gear. It still pulls until 7, but it's, this is a good car. You can really carry some speed. And I think as far as a 996 go, these roofs and GT2s are really your real investment propositions. Now this one in particular, because it's a post-title conversion, is not going to have the same sort of value you get with with a roof fin. Woo! That was crazy fast. This thing moves. You're not going to get fully the same type of value as if you had a roof fin, but man, is it a story at Cars and Coffee. Man, is it nice to come drive. Here's what roof do. Oh man, it's pulled. It's pulling. Okay, yeah. All right, the power is there, folks. The power is there. No question about that. It's got a real fat mid-range that carries right on through to your top end. It's lovely. Wow, that's a lot of power. Oh, look at that. Good enough turning radius for here. First gear. Oh, first gear's fun. Second gear's bobbing. Woohoo! This thing is really fast. That's very fun. Turbo shove. Wow. Hey man. And in a nod to the CSF Radiators, let's just say that my temperatures are all good. This is really nice. Let's go. What if I just go to a sixth gear cruise? Easy, chill, no power and fit. You really don't get boost. Yeah, you gotta be. All right. There is a downside, which is that this particular turbo engine, the way it's set up, it's really got quite a heavy bog below about 3,700 RPM. For a Porsche, that's not that bad because it's very easy to spend the time higher up. The engine is very smooth. It doesn't feel stressed out at higher RPM. Like right now, I'm cruising, I'm at 4,000, and it doesn't feel like the car is super stressed. And that's one of these great things about Porsche, is that they don't have that stress feeling. But the downside of these turbo cars, or the modified ones with the bigger turbos anyway, is you do lose some of that low-end grunt. So, especially with a manual transmission as opposed to a PDK, you do have to make sure that you're in the right gear. That's very important. It's got good grip, although if you hit a big bump, it will take a hop on you. Well, that's a lot of fun. I don't know if there's a consumer advice takeaway portion of this show right now, but all I can say is my experience driving a RUF RTurbo, it matched what I expected in terms of the composure, the power, the thrust, the OEM sort of quality of all of it, the under stress nature of it. The 1 to 4 pull is really extraordinary. These are missiles. They handle well. You can take them on a track. You can take them in a canyon. But what Alloy Roof and his team do are they build missiles, and this delivers. So shout out to CSF Radiators for letting me have a go in the RUF RTurbo. Hit the link in the description. You got a car, race car, sports car, and you need a new radiator? Hit them up. Thanks for watching. Now back to press cars for me. See you later.